Welcome to 𝐂𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐑𝐄𝐔. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the current time of 9:07 a.m. on the Eastern Time on October 3rd on Monday. Hope you guys have a good weekend, by the way, and happy Monday to everybody. With respect to Ethereum, currently at $1,308, up about 2.51% so far. On the overall crypto market, you can see that with respect to Bitcoin, Ethereum right now is at the moment green. And the altcoin side of the house is doing something comparable. So it's the market that is trying to resuscitate from the September, obviously, Red Sea that we've seen so far. Take a look at the index front. We are still relatively down on the futures perspective across the spectrum. SPY is currently up at the moment, try to resuscitate as we have talked about. With respect to the daily, weekly, and monthly perspective, we're quite bullish actually, looking for some level of consolidation, but you could see that the momentum is still looking quite, dramatically declined. So we are still need to looking for some sort of a landing path until we kind of take off from there, right? So the equity side looks not terrible actually. And looking at the stock side of the house on the pre-market perspective, you can see that across the spectrum on my left side of the chart, they're all kind of green at the moment, but this is again, right, just more of a technical exercise. As we shift onto the month of October, a lot of funds, hedge funds, crypto funds, even people in general, as they start a new chapter of the month, they are incentivized to be buying. So the buying pressure that we're seeing today is not really, anything, macroly or microly driven, but this is more of a financial technical exercise as we transition into a new month, right? Obviously, on Friday, it was the last, not even the last day of September, last day of September. Yeah, it was on the Friday, on the 30th. I thought it was the 31st. Apologies. But the first day of October was on Saturday, and then obviously the first trading day is today officially, right? So that makes sense. But taking a look at on the overall market front, let me look at the, just pick one out of the bucket here. Looking at Tesla, it seems like it's still kind of gliding down. It seems like there's some micro affectation that's driving this to go down a little bit more. But this can, this looks very much like some sort of a head and shoulder pattern, if but based on this the technical setup, and we have broken the resistance level before. So let me take it on a weekly perspective. It is quite bearish still on a weekly, and on a monthly, it's still bullish from here. So across the spectrum, on the equity side, again, right, the overall market is still positive, right? That triangulates that the stocks below, beside Tesla, is it should be expecting some sort of an upward swing from here. And take a look at Apple as well. That will give us a better picture. Monthly still looks okay. Weekly looks like it's crossed down already. And then on a daily, yeah. So Apple looks quite bullish. So Tesla is down for its own specific reason on a technical front. But across the overall equity market, again, right, we're still bullish in comparisons to the crypto market. So Ethereum, Bitcoin trade very similar to like Tesla, but the overall equity market again is still looking not terrible. Just take a look at the overall equity market. We could see the Dow Jones, S&P, and Nasdaq are up 1%. Oil is up again at 5%, while the 10-year yield is still high, right? Very high, 3.7%. So take a look at some of the news. Seems like on the headline, Credit Suisse tanks by 10%, restructuring capital concerns. I mean, this makes sense, right? A lot of banks are suffering. Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan and Citi, that they have already announced, layoffs, 15% across the workforce in all banks. So that's something that we are expecting some more downturn for a lot of the financial stocks. You could see that with respect to Citigroup, also have announced they are cutting their year-end S&P 500 targets to 4,000, predicted a down year in 2023, which is something that we, it's not a surprise. They have already made the corporate adjustments. Tesla's dipped also after because the third quarter production and delivery reports, which, something that triangulates into a down 3.5% dip that we see this morning so far. And then yeah, across the spectrum, the news are quite stale. Like it seems like we are still trying to sustain and resuscitate from the downturn that we've had in September. But based on a technical, it doesn't lie. We know exactly where we're going, right? And Kim Kardashian seems like she's settling for SEC charges over crypto promo posts in her Instagram. Obviously, she's an influencer, and financial and influencers, there's a kind of murky gray area. So SEC catching her for some of the things that she has done, I wouldn't be surprised actually. So let's just dive into technical without wasting more time. Again, the news is still quite damped. I would say it's not the most. We don't foresee some sort of a upward major bullish run going forward in the near term, especially on the crypto side. The equity side might be a different story, but let's just dive into technical because it doesn't lie. On a daily right now for Ethereum is still, it looks not terrible, but it's not the best either. We are looking to cross down eventually. So it's moderately bearish on a daily. On a weekly, it's more bearish. Again, daily and weekly are both quite bearish. So seeing lower levels, to 1,000, 850 lower levels, breaking 1,000 is very possible. On a monthly, you could see that we need to kind of glide down, look for some sort of consolidation. So again, right, Ethereum looks bearish on the days and weeks out, but months out, we should ideally to recuperate from here. And on Bitcoin, we are still quite bearish. We broke the $20,000 level, but level that we at right now is not really substantive, right? It looks like we are about to kind of break down. But on the monthly, it looks bullish. But on the weekly, you could see that clearly we still, it's holding on by a thread. So seeing lower levels to 17,500, 15,500, 10,000 wouldn't be surprised to us. On a daily perspective, it does need to look for some sort of a cross down as well. So yeah, the overall crypto market is quite bearish, to be honest with you, in comparisons to, again, right, with respect to the equity side. The equity side is quite bullish, right? It's bullish on a daily. It is bullish. I mean, it's okay, but it's not like terrible. But it is looking to come up eventually, so it looks quite decent on a week's out as well. And on a monthly, obviously, is quite depleted already, right? So it seems like shifting your dollars onto value stocks wouldn't be a bad idea, actually, from crypto to the equity side. That's just based on the technical that we're seeing in front of us. But hopefully this is helpful. I mean, the news doesn't really change today. The green pressure that we see, selectively today across the market is mainly, again, right, because of the transition on the first day of October. And this happens every single month, right? When you see it on the first day of September, first day of October, first day of November. But the real story doesn't begin until, in the mid of the month, right? And obviously in the mid of the month will be the 13th, which is the CPI report. There's no FOMC meeting happening this month. So that will also be a macro world events that we need to look out for going forward. So appreciate you. Have a good day, and I'll check you on the next one. Take care. Bye.